I don't really want to talk about what happened when I was younger. Is that okay? I don't have to talk about it right now, do I?
Absolutely not. If and when you're ready, then it's fine. But not now if you're not comfortable.
Some days I can, some days I can't. It's crazy. It happened almost 20 years ago, and yet it seems like yesterday.
Traumatic events can be that way. Objects in the rearview mirror are closer than you think they are, you know.
I've been to therapy before, after it all happened. Didn't help. I was too messed up at that time to let anyone in to try to help me.
So if we're not talking about the incident, why are you here?
I date a lot of men. I'm not trying to brag, but when I go out, men are all over me.
Tell me more about that.
But you have to understand, I hate men. I hate all men. I do everything I can to use them, hurt them, destroy them. If I can be honest with you, it's the only thing that gives me pleasure. Breaking a man's heart, taking all his money, ruining his family.
But does it bother you that the men you're hurting, well, that's not the man who hurt you.
I don't care. I see all men as the enemy.
But you'll hurt good people too.
In war, they call that collateral damage. I don't care about this species.
So what do you want from me? Because if you want me to justify it, I can't.
I want to stop. Because this is keeping what happened fresh in my mind. At one point, I was considering killing as many men as I could.
Have you ever had suicidal thoughts?
Every day. Every single day. I just don't know what direction to go in anymore.
From my point of view, I would say we need to get back to the core problem. Back to what started this. And heal from there. Everything else is just a Band-Aid. But a Band-Aid doesn't help when the bleeding won't stop.
When I bring men home, when they're asleep, I point my gun right under their chins. I want to pull the trigger. I really do.
What stops you?
In the back of my mind, I wonder if any of them have a daughter that's gone through what I went through. And I wonder how wonderful would it be if he was there for his daughter to help her through it. Because my father, he was never around. When I look at a man, I see a target around his head. I want him dead. It's very hard to live like that.
At some point, can we talk about what started all this?
Maybe. Maybe.
Tell me, how long were you on the force?
Just under a year. I graduated from the academy in December.
So you were still new to the streets?
Yeah. I mean, look, my family didn't have much money growing up. I mean, we lived in an area that wasn't so great. And I guess it's part of the reason I became a cop. And yeah, there was drug dealers and criminals, but there was good people too. You know, hardworking families that just couldn't afford to live in a better place. So I wanted to help the good people, you know?
And you still can. No one said you have to leave the force.
I can't stay on.
Police shoot the bad guys. It happens.
This kid was 16. Look, I know on paper, it was the right thing. He had hostages, he shot at me, he shot at my partner. I know that if I didn't kill him, I could be dead. And my partner could be dead. Innocent people buying milk at the bodega.
Correct. You saved them.
But I shot this kid. Look, I know it's part of the job. I know it's the right thing.
No one said this would be easy. And taking a life, right or wrong, it's traumatizing. It needs time to heal.
You know, maybe his dad was never around. And maybe he wanted to be a good kid, but his friends were thugs. Maybe he had no choice but to live that lifestyle, because sometimes in the streets, it's the only way to survive. You know, maybe it made him a different person than he could have been. He should have been. But when I saw his mom, his grandma, crying, hysterical, screaming how I shot their baby.
Would it have been better for your mother and your grandmother to be crying at your funeral? Because it looks like that's what you were facing.
Like I said, logically I know all this. But I saw this kid die at my feet, looking up at me, just scared. I can't do that again.
Don't quit. Just give it time.
You know, when I was a kid, my dad, he hit a deer with his car. I saw the look in that deer's eyes, and it haunted me. I was like 5. It never left me. I still see it. So this ain't never gonna leave. Ever.
The good news is anxiety and depression are treatable.
Wonderful. I'll just take more medication. Whatever the hell they have me on isn't doing anything. I mean, I feel numb, so maybe that's a good thing.
So from your point of view, how would you describe yourself to me?
Look up hot mess in the dictionary. There I am.
I see a young, beautiful girl.
Well, then maybe you need meds too. I am either depressed and out of it, or irritable and angry. My mood swings are like out of control. Sometimes I'm starving, and sometimes I go days without eating. Like, the rare occasion I feel attractive, and then I see a girl walking down the street who's really hot, and see all the guys frozen with lust and stupidity when she walks by. Those are the days I stop eating. Or eat everything.
So your self-esteem is...
Self-esteem! I'm not tall enough, not pretty enough, not smart enough, not talented enough. I mean, what the hell am I?
You're comparing yourself to everyone else. Everyone else doesn't matter.
Bullshit. That's what every girl did in high school, in college, at my job. Everyone compares themselves to everyone else. I wake up and look in the mirror and some days I don't like myself. Some days I truly hate myself. Some days I wake up and I can't make it to the mirror. See? Hot mess.
We can help you with cognitive behavioral therapy and antidepressants.
No more pills, please.
Tell me what goes on in your head on a normal day.
I wake up and do that positivity thing. Today is gonna be a great day. Today you're gonna meet someone. Today you're gonna feel better about life. And then, I don't know, the day begins and I'm back to being, you know.
If you continue to think positive, it can and will help you. It's not an easy fix. It's not something you can just say a few times and see the results.
My friend, she's similar to me, a little fucked up, but she drinks and gets high like every day. And she says it helps, but I don't want that to be me. I already feel like a huge disappointment to my family. They don't need me to be an alcoholic too.
How? How can a young girl be a disappointment? Your life hasn't even started yet.
Because they raised me and sent me off to college, and they're expecting me to have a successful career and get married and have kids and live happily ever after. And I'm sitting in bed for 3 hours telling myself that today is a day when good things will happen to you. And I don't believe a word of it. Not exactly what my family was hoping for, right?
You ever hear the expression, rule with an iron fist?
I have. Is that how you run your business?
That's exactly how I run my business.
You know, that phrase, it's often associated with being very strict or running things in an almost cruel way.
That's right, my business run my way. You see, I had options. Option one is I could just be nice. You know what happens to nice people? They don't finish last. They go bankrupt. They lose their families. They end up with nothing.
Interesting, but not entirely accurate.
No, that's quite accurate, actually. Option two, be firm when necessary, but let your employees love you.
And what's wrong with that?
To hell with my employees. They didn't bust their butts 24/7 to get the business where it is today. I did. I worked harder than everyone to get here, smarter than everyone to get here, and I have everything to lose. So I don't need my employees to love me. I couldn't care less.
Okay, we've established how you run your business. So why are you in therapy?
Most of my employees quit. Most can't handle the pressure. Some say it's abuse, but it's effective when you need things done right. But they keep leaving, and I have grown far too large to do this by myself. I can't keep this up. I can't run a business without employees. So I need to learn to be a little less aggressive.
Do you want help because people keep quitting, or because you don't like who you are?
My dad was an excellent businessman. Did well for himself and his family. Had about 25 stores, always made money. And you know, when he died, all of his employees came to the funeral. They all cried, they all praised him. But I asked myself, if I had a funeral tomorrow, would anyone even come?
Doesn't sound like it. The way you describe it, sounds like they would throw a party.
Those that rule with an iron fist don't usually come to therapy, do they?
So, do you want help because people keep quitting, or because you don't like who you are?
My father was strong and loved. I just want to follow in his footsteps. But all I know is how to be strong. I don't know how to bend, how to care. God, I don't know how to care. How messed up is that? I don't like who I am.
I'm glad you're here. Can I get you anything? Coffee? Tea?
No, thank you. I don't plan on staying very long.
Okay, well, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
I'm pretty uncomfortable at the moment, to be perfectly honest.
I want you to be honest, no matter what you're feeling. You do seem uncomfortable, though.
Well, maybe people don't always feel comfortable taking advice from strangers in general.
Well, since we're being honest, more than uncomfortable, I think you're a little on the angry side. No, not angry. More defensive.
Well, yeah, I mean, either works. I am a little bit angry, and I do feel defensive. I think it's completely ridiculous for me to be here in therapy. I am a celebrated and renowned designer. Most people can't even afford to wear my clothes. So the idea of me being here in therapy, I find it ridiculous.
There's no shame in therapy. It's quite common for people these days.
I know that. I get that. I know that it's not just for crazy people. It's not just for depressed people. I know that. But it's not where someone like me belongs.
Okay, well, I think I have a better understanding of why your disposition is what it is at this moment. So you know my next question, right?
Why am I here? Is that what you're gonna ask me? What am I doing in here?
Well, you called me. We didn't pull you in.
I know that! Don't you think I know that? Shit. I'm sorry. But you see how I did that? How I snapped at you? It's happening all the time now. I'm so emotional and irritable. It's just, when I moved to this city, everybody told me I would never make it on my own. Even my own fucking family didn't have any faith in me. And for that, there was a price to pay. This is who I had to become in order to make it. 4.0 out of college, FIT in New York, modeling at 16, making clothes at 18. I had the drive and ambition to move to this city and make it, and my business was up and running before I even knew it. So yes, it's stressful, it's complicated, I barely sleep, I don't have time to date, I barely have time to call back anyone I've even slept with, I don't see my friends, I don't call my mom, and there's nothing wrong with that. This is the life I chose to lead. It took a lot of sacrifice to do what I did, and I did it. I made it, and there's nothing wrong with that.
You're not breathing.
Excuse me?
Even right now, you're not breathing. Stop. Take a breath, please.
Wow. I guess I wasn't breathing.
You're very talented, smart, extraordinarily dedicated. But you're not really supposed to take on the world every minute of every day.
I know that.
Running a business, even for the most experienced people, it's not easy. It's frustrating. It's exhausting, and it can take its toll on marriages and families. Just because you've been able to do all these wonderful things doesn't mean it's easy or even possible to keep doing them.
I'm overwhelmed and I'm scared. Scared that it's all just gonna collapse. Scared that I'm gonna fail, that I'm gonna embarrass myself. Scared that I've made the wrong choices, the wrong decisions, even the lifestyle I lead.
But when you admit you're scared, just like when an alcoholic admits they have a drinking problem, that's the first step toward making things better.
I'm more than scared. I'm absolutely terrified.
People always ask me, what's wrong with you? You have everything. What are you depressed about? And that's the thing. They're right. I do have everything. Like literally anything a woman my age could want, I have. So,
why are you drinking so much?
So, I'm in a great relationship. I have money. And I have a great job. But I'm not happy. And it's a fucked up feeling. And I don't get it, and no one wants to hear it. And every day it gets a little worse. So I drink. Shuts down that little voice inside my head. You know, for a little while anyway.
You seem to be suffering from what's known as alcohol dependence. Becoming alcohol dependent means that a person has developed a strong relationship with alcohol and that they're unable to function without it in their lives.
Right. Well, that's me, because if I don't have a drink in my hand from 7 p.m. until I'm passed out somewhere for the night, I wouldn't make it. It's like I hang out with my friends and we drink. And then we go out to dinner and we drink. And then we go to a bar and we drink. Or if I'm out with a girl, we drink.
Can you go out with friends and not drink?
No. It's like, okay, imagine I was a fish trying to live on land. Without water, I would die. Without constant water, I couldn't make it. That's how I feel. That's how I feel when I'm not drinking.
Well, in order to stop you from drinking, we need to figure out why. Why are you hiding from life?
Right. I don't know. I don't want to get into this, poor me shit, but my childhood sucked.
Did your father drink?
Let's put it this way. I don't remember a time when my father wasn't drunk.
And how did that make you feel?
Are you kidding me? I hated it. I hated everything about him when he was drunk. How he treated us, how he smelled, how he beat the shit out of us. And yeah, I know. I see the irony that I've become, who I hate most?
Unfortunately, it's all too common.
So what? Is there some sick connection I'm trying to make? He was a horrible father because all he cared about was getting shit-faced. So why on earth would I want to do the same thing? Why?
You know, research has shown that children who regularly see their parents drink are twice as likely to binge on alcohol.
I need to stop. Not only because it's totally fucking up my life, but in talking to you right now, I'm realizing more than ever how much I don't want to be like him, how much I still hate that man, and if I ever have kids, I can't do to them what that asshole did to me. So please, help me figure this out, because I can't be who he was.
Where would you like to start? Tell me what's going on.
You know what? I'm sorry. I don't want to bother you with any of this. I'm sorry. I'll just leave.
Wait. Of course you're not bothering me. I want to know what concerns you.
That's sweet of you, but no one wants to hear about my problems. I'm so sorry to have wasted your time.
Okay, stop. Breathe. The reason you're here is because I want to hear about your problems or whatever is on your mind. And you're not bothering me.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Please tell me more.
I guess this. See, I apologize for everything. I always feel like I'm bothering people or annoying people. Sorry, I'm not making myself clear.
Apologizing all the time is a sign of anxiety. Do you feel anxious?
Oh my God, yes. More than you can imagine.
When do you apologize for things?
Well, I apologize for being late to a party, or when I arrive too early somewhere. I apologize for what I'm wearing sometimes, or for being in the way, or even for apologizing too much.
You apologize for apologizing?
Yes, I know, I'm a mess.
Depending on the purpose of the behavior and the context in which it's occurring, it could be thought of as a safety mechanism or an overprotective behavior. Tell me about your anxieties.
I get like panic attacks. And when I do, I sweat. Like a lot. I have chest pains, and I literally feel palpitations. Sometimes I feel like I'm choking or having a heart attack. People tell me I'm pretty, but when I look in the mirror, I find every flaw. I find everything that's wrong with me head to toe. I have like social anxieties where I worry and I just fixate about others judging me, and I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
No, you're very self-aware. That's good. What else?
I guess I just have all these usually unrealistic worries and fears and tension with little or no reason.
We can work on this.
I've always suffered from anxiety. And anxiety plants these black seeds of doubt in my mind, making me question everyone and everything. It makes me doubt really good people because anxiety tells me they aren't. Anxiety tells me you should wonder if they're lying. You've done something wrong. Anxiety is what makes me question my own self-worth all the time. Next thing you know, I'm apologizing for something that someone probably didn't even think about, but my over-analytical, insane mind makes me think I'm probably not even making any sense. I'm sorry.
Please don't apologize.
You're right. Sorry.
So, where would you like to start?
Well, I suffer from, and suffer is a really polite way of putting it, anthropophobia.
Anthropophobia, the fear of people. So it's somewhat of a social phobia.
Well, maybe fear isn't the right word. More like disgust, annoyance to the point of nausea. People make me sick. You got a word for that?
Well, not sure. There are documented cases of disgust sensitivities.
Okay, let me just make something perfectly clear. I am not antisocial. Okay? People just annoy me. Not all people, just like 99% of them.
Okay, then let's get to why. What is it specifically?
Well, to start with, people are stupid. I mean, just plain stupid asses. When they try to get off a train or an elevator before other people have gotten off. When they walk too slow down a sidewalk. When they drive 20 miles under the speed limit in the left lane. When they get on a 12 items or less line when they clearly have 30 items or more.
So it's a general lack of polite behavior or common sense that bothers you?
People have no common sense. Okay, so they throw garbage in the garbage can, they miss, they keep walking. They leave their shopping carts in the middle of the parking lot. They double park because they're 30 years old and still don't know how to park a car. They let their children scream and yell in movie theaters and restaurants. Okay? Seriously. And then they give you dirty looks because you're getting annoyed with them. When I was a kid, if I screamed or yelled in a restaurant, my mom would have smacked me in the face. They butt into my conversations, and it's like these people are lucky I don't smack them.
Okay, so it's clear that you suffer from several issues regarding a lack of care or understanding of the general population.
There's those guys that hit on me at the clubs. Hey baby, your name Google because I've been searching for you. Or do you bathe in sugar because your ass is sweet?
Well then, I think you definitely need anger management, and I think I'll prescribe a sedative.
Oh, and don't even get me started on people's disgusting eating habits.
So what brings you here?
My Prius. That was just a joke. You know, what brought me here?
That's fine. Humor is always a good way to break the ice.
A woman goes in to see a psychotherapist because she's sad she doesn't have any friends. So a therapist asks, what do you think might be causing that problem? So a woman says, what are you, lazy? You want me to do your job for you? If I knew I wouldn't be here, would I, bitch?
Was that a joke?
Yeah, sorry. Look, I love my girlfriend. I do. But I'm young. I want to see the world. And she's flat-chested.
Nothing wrong with that. Beauty comes from within.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Beauty. I mean, she stuffed her bra to get an A cup. So, no, you're right. You're right. Beauty within.
Anything else going on in your life?
Okay, I lied. Here I am lying to a therapist. I'm not lying because I'm a bad guy. I'm lying because I don't want you to judge me. Look, I have no problem with a girl who's flat-chested. If she's hot, she's hot. But she's allergic to the stings from bees.
Okay, and this affects you how?
Okay, full disclosure, that sounds like a James Bond villain. Sorry, I'll be serious. I have a sexual proclivity for things. I'm just gonna say it. I suffer from melissophilia.
Not sure I'm familiar with that.
Okay. Melissophilia. It's a sexual attraction to being stung by bees or wasps. Google it. It's true. So, I can't get the old rocks off unless I'm being stung by bees or wasps. I don't discriminate. So I'm constantly trying to have sex with a girl after I don't know, whack a beehive. But here's where the problem comes in. My current girlfriend is allergic to bee stings. So, at the moment of my very climactic, how should I say, coup de grace, she might die on me. And that would almost definitely bring the entire situation down. Maybe. I mean, it might feel good, but afterwards, I'm pretty sure I'd be upset. Probably.
So you would risk her life to get sexual satisfaction from a bee?
Or a wasp. I don't discriminate.
Here I am again. I mean, you're a new therapist, but back in therapy. Here I am. Don't you think if this worked, I would be able to stop?
Some people live normal, happy lives, and that includes therapy. For some, they're in therapy 20, 30 years, and it helps them live a happy, healthy life. No time limits.
Yeah, but, okay, if you take a battery and you put it into the flashlight and it doesn't turn on, isn't it stupid to keep taking the same battery and expecting the flashlight to turn on? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Please tell me what's going on.
Well, I have learned that my self-destructive behavior is a coping mechanism.
Don't tell me what you learned in prior therapy sessions. Just talk to me.
Well, I do everything I can to fuck up my life. If I'm in a good relationship, I cheat or I cause problems that cause them to leave. Or if I really like them, I leave to avoid the devastation of having my heart broken again. You might want to consider passing me off to another therapist. Because I am the living fucking textbook of issues. I have an eating disorder. I struggle with drugs and alcohol. I cut myself. I've attempted suicide numerous times. My anxiety is so bad I wake up in the middle of the night screaming as if someone is trying to kill me.
Do you want to end your life?
I have such a fear of death and dying, and yet I keep trying to stop the suffering. I can't even decide if I want to live or die.
Several failed attempts usually mean you want to stay alive, and they're a well-deserved cry for help.
Or it means that I can't do anything fucking right. And people say that, one day you'll meet someone who will understand you and will be your rock. And if by some miracle I did meet that person, I would never let them close enough. So you see, not only am I not happy, I will never let myself be happy.
Not really sure why I'm here.
Well, your family felt it was in your best interest. Would you say you're in an abusive relationship?
No, it's not abusive.
He beats you up?
Well, sometimes he's really stressed out, and it's just been happening.
I'm sorry, but most of the world is stressed out, and they don't physically attack their loved ones.
Anyway, it's not gonna happen again. Last night, he cried, actually cried, and apologized, and promised it would never happen again. And I think we're gonna be okay.
Had he ever promised not to hit you again before?
Well, yes, but he didn't mean it those times. Last night, though, he meant it. I know he did. Look, sometimes he just gets really mad, and sometimes I annoy him. Sometimes I have dinner ready for him when he walks in, and it's either too undercooked or overcooked. And I understand why he gets mad. Sometimes he has to hit me.
He has to hit you? People have a choice on how they wish to react in a certain situation, and the abuser makes a conscious choice to resort to violence.
I love him. I do. And I believe that if you love someone hard enough that you can change them, that you could make things better.
Does that justify using wives as punching bags?
Like I said, it's often my fault.
You should never blame yourself. It is not your fault. The fault lies with him.
No, I know it's my fault. He wants a perfect wife. And I'm just not that. And I feel if you love someone, if you really love someone, you'll stick by them through the hardest times in their life.
No one is telling you to abandon him, But to let him hurt you, you can't allow that.
Like I said, it's not his fault. His dad used to hit his mom, and his mom left. And I can't do that. I can't leave someone when they need help the most.
And what about when you have a child and he beats his wife? Or your daughter allows herself to be beaten because she's seen that mommy has allowed it? What then?
Like I said, he said last night it's not gonna happen again. I believe him.
I want to marry him. He's amazing. He's handsome. No, he's more than that. He's hot. He's caring. He's sweet. And my family loves him. And they hate everyone who I bring home.
Seems like you found a keeper.
Yes, and we both love dogs and we love to travel. And we thought of naming our first son Mayan.
Mayan?
Yes, Mayan. We love the name Michael and Ryan, and why not Mayan?
A match made in heaven.
But I do need to break up with him. He hummed during dinner and lunch and breakfast, and he never trimmed his toenail. Like, you want to see the many scratches I have from his eagle talon toes? My father and I grew up as Giant fans, but this idiot only loved Jets. And I cannot stand him.
So perhaps marriage is out of the question, or should be.
No, but like, I have to marry him. He's my soulmate, my twin flame. He made me laugh, and he'd take me out on dates and buy me chocolate and flowers. He even bought me a Birkin bag. Like, I'm not even with him for his money, but like, you know. But every time like we kiss, I see fireworks. And no, I'm not being cheesy or anything. Like, I legit see fireworks.
Well then, if you can see past the little things and focus on the big things, he's the guy you should be with.
Yeah, but like, he has so much back hair. Like, his full ass is like covered, like an ape. And he wants his mother to move in with us. And also, like, did I mention his obsession with female serial killers? Like, he has hundreds of letters from them.
Well, it sounds like there might be a severe psychological problem there. Perhaps avoiding him in the future is the best thing you can do. May I ask you a question? How long have you two been together?
Well, we met yesterday afternoon. I found him on Tinder. So, what do you think? I should marry him, right?
I'm not sure if therapy can help me. I'm not sure what to do.
Being kidnapped is traumatic, more than most can imagine.
I would say it was the worst year of my life, but I can't even consider it a part of my life. I can't even begin to explain what I dealt with. I pretend it was a nightmare. It helps.
I can understand why, but it's not always the healthy way to deal with it.
No, I'm sure it's not. I was in a restroom. Someone stuffed a rag in my mouth, gagged me. I blacked out. I woke up naked in a dark room, chained up. I screamed until I lost my voice. I pissed all over myself.
I was raped in the dark, beaten when I screamed, starved. I had to learn to pretend to enjoy it in order to eat or get food. I had to tell this man who was putting me through a living hell that I wanted him and needed him in order to get a bucket to use as a bathroom on Christmas Day. Funny. That used to be my favorite day of the year. On Christmas Day, I got a chocolate bar. And I ate it while he raped me. Now the sight or smell of chocolate makes me throw up.
You can be helped, but it's going to take time and patience and understanding.
I know what I've gone through, and I'm going to figure out how to deal with it. Can you help me with something that I can't figure out?
I'll try.
At night, in the morning, in the shower, wherever I go, whatever I'm doing, I feel like I'm waiting for him.
Completely normal.
No, it's not normal. When I know I'm safe, I know he's not coming back to get me, I'm thinking about him, wondering when he's coming back. Sometimes I feel like I miss him.
This is not as uncommon as you think. It's an offshoot of Stockholm Syndrome.
I don't give a shit what it is. It's sick. When I have to ask myself if I actually miss this piece of shit who tortured and tormented me, if I missed him, then I deserve everything that happened to me.
This is a normal reaction. It doesn't mean you actually deserve this.
Normal. Nothing about me is normal.